So what I have decided to do, since I will not be in class, I'm going to try my best to walk you guys through some of the stuff that needs to happen and to make sure that we're getting it done. So this is the assignment sheet as found on Blackboard. It is in the assignments folder, and then it should say job application materials, and then this should be the first document there available. So by now, you have identified that the job ad below, which we're going to go through together, a resume and a job application letter, which is the cover letter. So there's also the pitch. So far, you all should have your pitch good to go, ready to submit by Friday. So boom. However, what you all are continuing to work on while I'm gone will be your resume. The cover letter, we'll jump back to that a little bit more whenever I return. So what you will do, I'm going to scroll on down. So here is the job ad, y'all. So one thing that I've noticed that you all are going to have to do as you're combing through this, you need to answer the who, what, when, where, how, and the why. Remember, we walked through this. So remember, our who is who are we applying for? Where are we applying to do? So you're going to be applying at the Microsoft Court. Now, y'all know I can't talk and type. You know, that's your who, right? But there's also a little bit of information here. Savannah Peters. Who happens to be the intern manager. Okay? Ooh. There we go, child. All right. So we've identified that umbrella portion there. All of this information, you guys are going to have to comb through it to make sure that the language you have on your resume is lining up. So all of you finance people, we got some finance. Some of y'all are saying you're good with computers, technical writing, communication, programming writing. All of this stuff here opens the window for a whole lot more things, okay? So don't limit yourself. Your why, who should apply, is right here. This matters because of your resume and as well as your cover letter, but we'll get more to that as we move. But when we see here, we have our when, right? So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. So this is our 10-week period. So we have that. Now, here's your what's. Your what's are going to be here, y'all. These available positions: product marketing intern, business program intern, and business administration research intern. Those are your what's, okay? So we're going to write in just available positions for that. Right there, right? Our where, and we have identified as a Microsoft Corporation in Redmond, Washington. Boy, have mercy, y'all. I'm going to put Washington for now. How? This is a big thing, too, so I'm going to make this pretty big, right? How is what are they looking for? So, business program intern. I'm going to make this a little big if I can. What are they looking for? Let's jump on down. Someone who can analyze industry trends, assist with the preparation and delivery of various training sessions, and help the company manage, land, and execute partner recruitment and enablement programs via the Microsoft Partner Network program. Again, all of you communication people, those of y'all who have great communication skills, all of that stuff is right here. Obviously, this is great information that you will need to have whenever you're building out your documents, especially stuff like have strong communication, interpersonal. See these keywords? You need to pay attention to that. If you know you have any of these skills listed here, then it should show up in your resume. So I'm going to just do this for our own note-taking process. Requirements equal resume. That's going to show up again, I promise you. So requirements equal resume. That is how you would tailor your resume, using the requirements and responsibilities. Did I get it right? Oh, okay. So that is how you're tailoring your resume, y'all. So when I'm looking at your resume, again, I'm looking for these keywords. how is whatever that you have, if you were at McDonald's forever, that means you have strong communication, right? I'm going to say my boy Mansour because we were talking last. So he were talking about helping people. So for him, he could have interpersonal because he works with people on an individual level. A lot of you guys have these responsibilities as listed in your previous work experience. So you notice we've answered the who, what, when, where, and we found out how we need to tailor our resume. This how right here, this is all you. Okay? So how can you do the job? That will show up in your cover letter more so than anything, but this is something to keep in mind. And then why? Why should they hire you? And why should you join? This comes down to you doing company background and research. So you guys have to be able to come through and do this for yourselves in order to make this work and in order for you guys to revise your documents. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Again, you guys notice these keywords are coming up, right? So say, for example, I think it happened with, who was it? Somebody said something about delivery pizza. Delivery pizza. Let's do deliveries. Oh, Lord have mercy. Delivery pizza. And then you can say job description. Because some of you guys are struggling with your job descriptions when I'm talking about actually changing your language. So delivery pizza job description. Type in whatever it is. So even if what did you do, Lonnie? Lonnie was the UPS package handler job description. So now we have a whole list. If we want to go here, I'm gonna go to package handler job description. So let's see here. Does it give us a breakdown? Work with team to assemble, seal, and load packages. Read and comprehend labels to ensure proper processing. You notice how much better this language lines up with what it is that you're trying to say. So ability to work with hand tools and loading equipment. So let's go back again. Let's go ahead and do cashier. So McDonald's cashier job description. Same thing. You have responsibilities that you guys can select. I'm going to hit this job hero because I've never tried this before. So now you got, I don't like this. So I lied. Get out of that. Don't use that. If you guys want to do job descriptions, let's see if this will give you some stuff. Again, I'm clicking through it the same way that you guys will potentially do at home. So that one's not going to work for us either. I don't have a set one that I have used for myself. Make the fast food. Fast food cashier job description. Let's see what that gives us. So again, welcome customers, process, relay customer orders. A lot of you guys are doing business stuff, so that means that you need to have numbers, okay? Keep that in mind. So you need to look for other ways to say the same thing. Cool. Okay, so remember, this is your assignment sheet. The other thing I need for you guys to be a little bit more aware of, let me see if it's over here. Let me see. Yep, there it is. I'm going to minimize this. Over here, I'm going to show you guys an example of how I've identified the who, what, when, where, how, and why in a job ad. So this is a position somewhat like the one I applied for. I was applying for the Director of Communications. So when you have the time, type in Public Communication Specialist at Elizabeth City. So you can type that in. It'll come up. Here's the job description. All right. Quick little. Now here is my, I don't know, y'all. Y'all know I got all this stuff open over here. Here is my actual cover letter for this job, my response to it. So do not worry about formatting for now because we're going to go over that when I get back. But notice how I'm going to walk through the stuff that I did. So it was with great pleasure that I submit my application for You notice the job already that I found where, right? Here go my little sauce, my little hook. As an Elizabeth City State class of 2013 alumna, it will be an honor to return to the university. So you notice here is my hook and then my reminder for the position I'm applying for. In this paragraph here, I talk about my qualifications, even though it's my little transmission, translation, and articulation pop up there, okay? And I also describe to them what that means. I also talk about the fact that, I have an HBCU pipeline that I've developed and all of that fabulous stuff. Do we all see that? Also, what you guys may or may not see, if you start combing through here, it speaks more to the type of person they need. So what I have here is being well versed in these 3 channels of communication allows for the space to connect with internal and external audiences of the university. This right here was a key part of that position I was applying for. Again, I don't know if it'll show up on this side for this position, but it may. But that was a key part of that role. I needed to be able to communicate to people that were not a part of the Elizabeth City community. So again, I pulled back on that job ad. Finally, here is where I try to pull in more of why they really need me. Okay? So again, this is why they need me. But a lot of times you can use this right here to follow up on what you know about the company, the organization, or whatever it may be. Me personally, since I established that I was from Elizabeth City, I really didn't spend much time on this area here. And then thank you for your time and consideration. Of course, your regular closing here. And I use language that was specific to Elizabeth City State University here. I'm going to jump over to my block letter formatting before I do that pause. As you guys are working through your resumes, if you decide to use any type of headers, like so, on your resume, it goes on your cover letter. You always want your documents to be clear across the board. So if you use this type of header here on your resume, I need it on your cover letter. That's just for consistency purposes and sakes. I'm going to swing back over here. And you guys see I search cover letter block format. This is how you will need to set it up in your classic cover letter. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. You can do that version. I'm not a fan of it, but I let y'all choose which one you like most. I'm going to go with that one. It would do that when I'm recording this for y'all, so I'm going to go back to this one. Okay. I don't like that one. Okay, regardless. Okay, y'all, let's get it. Boom. Boom. All right, so you see here, you have the return address, who you're sending it to. Dear so-and-so, normally a date would potentially go there, but you have this. Again, you notice how they went into the same flow that I did in their order, right? If you completed your pitch, if you completed it in order, your cover letter is already done. Now we just got to fill in the blanks and everything on there for your cover letter. So again, here's just an example of your cover letter. I don't think I have my resume sitting here. Nope, wrong one. Nope, I don't have it down here. But as I said, I want you guys to make sure that you're taking time to do the who, what, when, where, how, and why while I'm gone, so that when we come back, you guys are able to knock everything out and run smoothly. So that's all. Bye. See y'all on Monday.